Today, I'm going to share a little secret with you. It's something that I've used to get awesome affiliates and develop some amazing relationships over the years. I shared it with a client the other day, and already she's used it to get 2 affiliates who are likely to bring in more than $200,000 in sales. Listen up, because this episode is going to be juicy. Welcome to the Affiliate Guy Podcast. If you want to grow your income, serve your tribe, and enjoy all the benefits of affiliate marketing and having your own affiliates, you're in the right place. Thanks for joining me today. Let's get started. So this is like the epitome of an unplanned podcast episode because we didn't have it on the plan. We did not have this on our calendar, but I shared this with a client the other day. And as I said at the beginning, she's used what I'm going to share with you in this episode very quickly. I mean, we're talking right before Christmas. I'm recording this right after the new year. So this is like 2 weeks ago. So this is over Christmas. She landed 2 affiliates who, based on what I know about these affiliates, I'm pretty confident. I mean, on the very low end, they're going to bring in between the two of them $125,000 in sales. This is a client, just for the record, who last year did less than $600,000 in sales. So to get 2 affiliates who could potentially be worth $250,000 a year, first time she did what I'm teaching in this episode. So if I haven't I just want to be clear, if that hasn't made you perk up, press pause. Like if you're in the car and you need to press pause so that you listen to this when you can take notes and actually put this into action. I don't know that I've ever shared anything. I love to think that, this is our 473rd episode. I'd love to think I've shared some 6-figure ideas. I can promise you, I don't think I've ever shared anything that's going to make you 6 figures in, that short of a period of time. I'm not a get rich quick person. All right. That's not my MO, but this is big. I had to check. I don't know. Maybe I have shared this. So maybe I've shared this before. Maybe I haven't. If I have shared it, I've shared it kind of in passing. I haven't shared it in the detail that I shared with our client the other day about this. And so I'm going to tell you what it is in a second. I'm not going to build this up too much. But again, just to be clear, we're talking, she just started doing this. She did this with only a handful of people, got 2 of them to agree to promote her upcoming launch. And I am confident, almost guaranteed. I looked at their numbers. I know their metrics. I know one of them's promoted some other clients. I am confident this is going to be worth over $200,000. I mean, a 33% increase in revenue over last year, just boom, like that. So this is huge. All right. So here's what I had her do. We're doing a coaching call. She's one of our clients in Your Affiliate Launch Coach. You can find out more about that, by the way, at youraffiliatelaunchcoach.com. And she was promoting this launch. She's promoting another big launch out there that was happening, actually overlapped with the new year. And she was doing okay. She was in I think she said she was in 9th place. Okay, so not she's not one of the top 3 affiliates. She was pushing pretty hard. She was doing pretty good. This was a big deal for her. She'd never finished top 10 in a launch before, in a launch leaderboard as an affiliate. So she's pretty stoked. Now that's not necessarily you don't have to be in the top 10. We'll talk about that. You don't have to be one of the top 10 affiliates. That's not necessarily relevant. Just giving you some perspective on where she was. And, so right before Christmas, she was like, hey, I'm getting ready to go into open cart after Christmas. I'm promoting this launch. I'm in 9th place right now. She ended up finishing in 9th place exactly. She finished right where she was. She was like, I got up to 8th and then I dropped back to 9th and then 10th and back up to 9th. And she was asking me for some advice as an affiliate. Because clearly I know what I'm doing on that side too. She's like, hey, how do I make more money? Are there any things? I shared a few things with her and I said, everything I just shared with you, this is a launch where if she did really, really well, the top affiliate was going to do 75, maybe 100,000 in sales. So we'll go with 100,000. They're going to make $40,000. And she's probably going to make, if she really busted it, she could topped out at 30,000 in sales. So about 13,000 in commissions. And, she was trending towards about, she was going to probably do $9,000, $10,000. And I told her, I said, I can give you some advice. my advice is going to help you grow by 20 or 30%. And that's great. Making an extra $3,000, $4,000 is awesome. But if you want me to give you some advice on what's going to make the biggest impact on your business, let's talk about something else. She said, okay, I'm listening. And I was like, okay, let me teach you real quick how to do better on the leaderboard, because what I'm about to share with you will help you. Finishing higher on the leaderboard will help you get affiliates. Okay, when you follow what I'm about to share with you. So no doubt about it, if you've got a chance, to finish 9th on the leaderboard, hey, 9th is top 10. That means something. People list, their top 10, their top 20. If you got a chance to finish in 19th versus not being in the top 20, then fight to get top 20. Follow what I teach about affiliate marketing. Nothing I shared with her, nothing that I shared with her is something that I haven't shared inside of Affiliate Insider Monthly, for example, our membership site. If you want to get a trial of that, by the way, mattmcwilliams.com/AIM trial, AIM trial for Affiliate Insider Monthly trial. You can get in for $1, right? Get you a couple months for $1. And it's not anything I haven't shared inside of there. This was not like monumental things that I've never shared with anybody. I told her, hey, do you have a bonus package? She's like, yeah. And I said, okay, let's tweak that a little bit. Let's add this, but let's do this to make, that'll get a little bit more traction. And I said, here, I want you to add this email at this time, on the last day. I told her to do this. I said, hey, reach out to the person who's, running the launch. Why don't you do a live with them? Go live on the second to last day or the last day. Did a few things to tweak her promotion that helped her. She said later, she's like, I looked at the numbers. There's no way I would have finished in 11th place, which would have sucked. 11th place is terrible compared to 9th, even though it's only 2 spots. It's kind of like I was listening to a guy earlier. He's a marathon runner, and he's talking about like top 10 is what when he was running is what got paid. And he's like, I kept finishing in 11th or 12th. And he was like, there's nothing else I could do, So he finally realized that he either needed to completely change his training so that he could become more professional and actually make money doing it, or he just needed to he needed to slow down. And because who cares if you finish in 12th or 23rd, he was like, it wasn't a pride thing. He was like, it really was a money thing. So he beefed up his training and he became, he's one of the top 10 marathoners in the country right now. So now he's actually making money doing it, which can justify the time spent. So yeah, 11th would be terrible. So I gave her some tips on the affiliate side, and that plays a role in what I'm about to share with you, because the higher she finished, well, the better it looked when she did this thing. And so what I said to her, I said, the thing that's going to move the needle the most, yeah, extra $4,000, a little bit of prestige, that's great. You learn a little bit about some promotional stuff. I spent 15 minutes helping her on the affiliate side, maybe 20, shared some basic stuff with her. She and her team implemented it. They made more money. That's awesome. But I said, number one, I want you to engage with the other affiliates in the Facebook group and privately. So that's number one. All right, we're talking about how to use leaderboards to find affiliates. These other companies, the ones that you're promoting as an affiliate, they are publishing a list of their top affiliates. They are handing them to you on a silver platter. They are saying to you, hey, affiliate, do you want to know who our other top affiliates are? Ding, ding, ding. So I said, I want you to engage with them. Congratulate them. When somebody moves up 3 spots on the leaderboard overnight, put a comment on the Facebook post. DM somebody who passes you and just, kind of give a little playful trash talk. Or just say, hey, I noticed, we're right there together on the leaderboard. I'd love to connect sometime. We don't really know. I've seen you around, don't know who, blah, blah. Just be a human being, right? There's no, you got to craft this message perfectly, right? No, this is just being a good human being. So, hey, I'd love to connect sometime. And I've talked about this before where, some of my best friends in the online marketing world, we connected because of affiliate leaderboards. But here's the key. Number one, she engaged with them. She engaged with the people on the leaderboard, not just the top people. As the 9th place affiliate, she had a little bit of credibility. She had some street cred to be able to reach out to the top 3 and be like, hey, I want to get to know you better. But she didn't just do that. And we'll talk about in a minute what to do if you're not in the top 10. That's fine. But she reached out to people who were in 15th, 20th, 25th place. She even reached out to everyone that they posted and said, hey, this person made their first sale today. She congratulated them. I asked her afterwards, I was like, how much time did you spend? You're like, 3 minutes a day. I just did it when I was regularly checking into Facebook. I didn't specifically set aside time. I did it once a day for about 3 minutes. I took a couple of the posts and I engaged with them. She made sure that she was seen in that Facebook group. She would, when the affiliate manager would do, because the affiliate manager is, for lack of a better term, a disciple of mine. I trained this affiliate manager. So he posts some of the same stuff that I would post, and he would post tips in the Facebook group. She'd say thanks and then offer a thoughtful response to it. So for instance, this affiliate manager posted a tip about how to use swipe copy, like the one that we've posted before and many times every launch. And this client of ours thanked the affiliate manager and said, yeah, whatever you suggested in number 3, number 3 is really important. Here's how we've done it. And then people responded to her saying, oh, thanks so much. Now I get it. I didn't understand what he said. Now I get it, blah, 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 right? So she engaged in the group and became kind of an expert in the group. She became someone that everybody recognized. 3 minutes a day for a couple of weeks. I mean, literally less than 1 hour of her time. So that was step number 1. One of those 2 affiliates reached out to her, saw her in there quite a bit, and reached out to her. So you could easily argue that less than 1 hour of engagement in that group is going to bring in $50,000 to $100,000 a year for her business because they reached out to her. She didn't even have to do part 2 or 3 about what I'm about to share. That's pretty cool. That's a good ROI. I don't know about you. I don't make $50,000 to $100,000 in an hour. All right. I consider myself to be highly paid for what I do, fairly paid for what I do. And I don't make $50,000 to $100,000 an hour. And so if you can find something that I can spend 1 hour doing over the course of 2 weeks that is virtually guaranteed potentially to bring in that kind of money, I will do it all day long. And I do this all day long. It's just unfortunately I can't do it 40 hours a week, or I would. So that said, hugely, hugely profitable for her in that regard. The second thing she did, like I said, so she engaged in the group. She engaged privately with them on Facebook. The second thing she did is after the launch, when they published their final leaderboard, via email, that is, not in the Facebook group, but I'm counting that in the Facebook group. So she was congratulating people. She was trash talking with people. She'd never done any of that before, by the way. She responded, clicked reply to the final leaderboard message, but made the to field be anybody that she wanted to engage with. So anybody in the top 30, she reached out to him and said, hey, congratulations on winning. Congratulations on 5th place. It looks like you beat me. Hey, I'd love to connect. Within a week, she had scheduled half a dozen calls. She's got more on the docket later, but she scheduled 6 or 7 right away. One of those people had already reached out to her, became one of those calls. One of them was like, boom, I'm in. Your launch sounds perfect. I am in, all in. I'm in to win. I'm in it to win it. Let's do something magical together, right? So you reach out to those people and you just say, hey, congratulations, or great job, or I loved watching, hey, I subscribed to your email list. I loved watching what you were doing. I love that Facebook Live that you did. That's part 3, is start following them and engage with them on other levels, right? But what she did, she took another couple of minutes and she followed the people who were on the leaderboard. She friended them on Facebook and she saw how they were promoting. And then she would say, oh, I love that Facebook Live that you did, or I love the email that you sent. I love the such and such that you did. I love the bonus that you put together. I shared with her the story of how I used to joke with Ray Edwards about how dude, your bonuses are so good. I'm going to buy through your link, even though I'm an affiliate. She used that line on somebody else. She gave her the idea. She was being honest. She's like, your bonus package, I have bonus package envy. Your bonus package is so amazing. That started a conversation. That I know of, they haven't agreed to work together yet or do anything together yet, but I think it's going to be a profitable relationship for her. I've used this so many times. I'm telling you, it works. Now you might be thinking, okay, this works if you're in the top 10. Duh, your client is in 9th place in a multi-million-dollar, affiliate launch. Of course, she gets to go and be like, hey, number 5 affiliate, I'm somebody and you're somebody. This only works, right, if you're one of the top 10. That's not right. If you're in 30th place, don't reach out to the number 1 affiliate. All right, work your way up. Hey, maybe you're on the others on the leaderboard, or people who've also made sales. I've run affiliate launches where 294 affiliates have made sales. We ran one last year, over 450 affiliates made a sale. You might be in 373rd place. But you're in there, you're in the Facebook group, you're engaging, people are seeing you, you're celebrating that you made a few sales. Okay, you're kind of legit. I'd like to probably get to know you a little bit better, see if we can do some business together. So you reach out to some of those people who are also in the also made sales list. If you're in 53rd place, you reach out to number 30 through number whatever, right? Are you going to make $200,000 off of 2 affiliates? No. But could you make $40,000 or $50,000 off of 10 affiliates? Yes, absolutely could. And then guess what? Now you do that, your list grows. The next affiliate promotion you do, instead of being in 184th place, you're in 75th place. And you're reaching out to the 50th, to the 100th affiliates. And now the next time you're in 30th place and you're reaching out to the top, to the 11th through 5th. And then the next time you're in the top 10, baby. You work your way up. So number 1, engage in the group. Number 2, I kind of got number 2 and number 3 mixed up. Number 2 would be follow them, get on their list, get to know them, get to know their content and comment on that content, connect with them that way. And then 3rd, send that email. Very simple email. You just reply to the final leaderboard and you just say, great job. Congratulations. One year I went into Canva and I made images. It was like, congratulations on your performance in such and such launch. I'm like, well, that was overkill. A couple sentences would have sufficed. Don't say, I'd love to get, at that point, don't be like, hey, I'd love to connect. No, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Put the ball in their court. They will reply and say stuff back to you that you'll be amazed. And it's a numbers game. You do this 20 times per launch, you'll get 1 or 2, 3 partners each time. You do it over the course of 10 launches and you've got 30 really, really good partners. So listen, if you got any questions about this or anything else, shoot me a text, 260-217-4619, 260-217-4619. I'd love to connect with you that way. Make sure you subscribe because you do not want to miss the next episode. I'm going to share with you what and how to communicate to your affiliates. So what to communicate to your affiliates and how to communicate to them. What do you actually communicate to them? When do you communicate with them and how do you communicate with them? 3 critical questions that I'm going to answer in the next episode. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't yet so you don't miss that. And I will see you then. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember to check out all of our deep dives into affiliate marketing at theaffiliateguide.tv. And if you have a question, ask it at asktheaffiliateguide.com. Who knows? Maybe you even be featured on an upcoming episode. And lastly, if you haven't yet, make sure to leave a rating and review wherever you're listening to this episode. See you soon.